Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be drawing Bart. All right, Bart is probably one of the most famous cartoon characters of all times. Bart was invented in 1989 by Mr. Matt Groening. It's somebody in his family. Every cartoon character in The Simpsons was somebody from his family. All right, it's one of the longest running TV series, period. All right, so we're going to draw Bart today. So you notice Bart doesn't look normal today. Bart was originally designed to be yellow, and that was to catch people's eye. All right, and what I found out too was actually the Simpsons were supposed to be rabbits, but they ended up turning to these guys. All right, so I think they did a pretty good job, and they made a lot of money. All right, so evidently each character, the person that plays Bart, gets $330,000 per episode. So that's a lot of cheese. All right, so that's Bart Green. Now, the reason why I did him green is because to do something different, and that's what I want to teach you is to do something different. All right, so Bart is a really simple cartoon to draw. Okay, you can see I did an underlying drawing underneath, okay, and I laid this one over the top, and then I traced it through the paper. All right, so this way you can copy it and make a nice clean copy. Okay, this is how cartoon artists used to do it, is they used to do a drawing and then do a nice clean copy over the top. All right, but Bart is really simple. You see his head, all right, I did this drawing next to you. It's basically a rectangle, okay? And then I put a line roughly where in the middle of the head. I divided the head in equal portions, all right? And then I put a line underneath it where I thought the line was going to be for the eyes. All right, and then I drew this sideways shape over here. It looks like I don't know, it's not a trapezoid, but it looks like the shape of his neck. And then I drew a trapezoid for his body, and then a rectangle for his pants, and then where his legs end. So what I did first, before I even started drawing Bart, is I simplified him into basic shapes, okay? So this is not so much worrying about drawing Bart Simpson perfectly, is to get an understanding on how to draw Bart, and then you can add your own creative flair to making your own Simpsons character. So I'm going to show you a bunch of drawings in a minute that I've done of Bart in different styles. But first, let's make a Bart. All right, that's enough talking. Let's do some drawing. Okay, so I got a piece of paper. I'm going to lay it right over Bart. Okay, tape it down. So get your paper and pencils. At any time during the video, I would suggest if you feel like I'm going too fast, put it on pause. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw with red. You don't have to draw with red. I'm just going to draw with red just to show you the shapes. Okay, so I'm going to draw a rectangle for Bart's head. All right. There's his head. So draw a rectangle for Bart's head. Draw lightly. Again, you can use your regular pencil. You don't have to use a color pencil. I'm just using regular, so later on I'm going to draw over with my regular pencil. Okay? So, a rectangle, and let's divide it in half, okay? The long way, and then across. You probably can see my drawing a little bit through the paper. That's cool. Okay, now for the neck. It's going to start roughly about halfway here, and it's going to come at an angle. All right, and then put a straight line going across. Not a straight line, but a slight diagonal. Okay, good. Now we're going to draw the body. Now we're not worried about the arms, just the shape of the body. Remember, we're just getting the rough layout of his body first. Okay, so I'm going to draw a trapezoid. Trapezoid is smaller on the top and bigger on the bottom. It's not a true trapezoid because it's a slight angle, but I'm calling it a trapezoid because it looks like one to me. Okay, now for the pants. Now it's going to be a little bit smaller. I'm going to make another rectangle inside the pants there. Okay? And then next I'm going to be putting two lines on the outside for the legs. That's the outside of the front leg, and there's the other line for the back leg. Okay? So we got those two. We got that going. Now, there you go. There's Bart Simpson. He's all done. Ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to put a dot where I think the eyes are. Okay, so I know the eyes, looking at my Bart underneath it, okay, they're not exactly in the center, so they're a little bit below center. Okay, so I'm going to put a line going across, and then I'm going to put a dot. Now, there's one right here, almost in center, and there's one close to the edge right there. Okay, let me grab my other pencil. I'm going to switch over so you guys can see that a little bit better. Okay. Here we go. So, make those two little dots. Okay, now the first one, the one that's closest towards the middle, that's going to be a circle. So go ahead and draw a circle right there. Now you notice it's not quite in the middle, all right? And draw a bunch of circles until you're happy with it, all right? Don't worry about the first circle. Later on you can erase if you draw lightly. Practice drawing lightly, that's a good rule. All right, next, I'm going to draw the other eye. Now, you're not going to see the whole circle. It's going to start kind of like here, and it's going to go around. But I still want to make it kind of the same size as the other one. All right, and I want it to come to the edge of this here. So make sure it comes to the edge or just a little bit by. Okay, super, easy, done. Okay, now for the nose. Bart has a pickle nose. Okay, that's what we call them. So it starts underneath the eye here, and it comes all the way even just a little bit past this line over here, comes over at pickle, and it comes about halfway and flick. Okay, good. Easy. Now, we're going to make the top part of his head. So he has an eyebrow that starts almost to the edge of the circle right over here. Make a small curved line like that. Right there. And then we're going to start right about here and then go all the way to the top. Now, I didn't make it perfectly straight. I made it a little bit curved. I want to make it a little bit more organic so it looks a little bit more natural. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, every Bart Simpson I've made has been a little bit different. Okay. The first one I made here, I drew that freehand. I didn't trace it or copy it. I did a lot of measuring when I was doing it. You can't see my lines. I erased them, but I did a lot of planning. But again, drawing is practice. The more you draw. Now, I did count how many strands of hair that Bart has, and believe it or not, there was 10. All right, so I'm going to make 10 zigzags. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to change directions. I'm going to curl towards the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now I'm going to come down here for the ear. I'm going to come down here for this back of the head, and the ear, believe it or not, is not a normal place on a human being. Again, because it's a cartoon. It's almost below the eye over here. So I want to make a line that comes down here. All right. See, it's right. It's going to start right below the eye. Usually your ear's up here, but in the cartoon, and Bart, he's over here. So now I'm going to make a backwards letter C, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to put a T in there, curved T. See the curved T? Okay. Now we're going to make his front lip. All right, now this, you're going to see this if you study the Simpsons characters. All of them have the same type of mouth with a very shallow chin. I call it a cucumber chin because there's no chin. Okay, so I'm going to start here, roughly almost at the end of the nose. It's going to come down and it's going to make a right turn and then going like that, almost going towards the bottom of the ear. Okay, and then make a little tiny curved line on the back like that. Okay. Next, we're going to make his lower jaw. Start roughly over here in the middle, someplace, maybe a little bit front and middle, and then make another curved line like that. Okay? And then this is I'm going to start a little bit here, and I'm going to curl down into the body like that. Okay? I have this little extra here. I'll get rid of that later on. And then I'm going to come back over here and curl down like that. Okay, you can see I went right to that back shape. Now I'm going to make his shirt. Make a little kind of C over here. And then bring it all the way down here and then a little C like that. By putting that little C right there, it makes it look like his neck is tucked into his shirt. Okay? Now, Bart has a little belly on him, so we're going to make a line that comes down. We're going to follow this angle here, almost all the way down to the middle. Stop right about there. Okay. Bart has a little pot belly. Maybe he likes Twinkies or Ho-Hos or Ring Dings or something. All right. I know he's a skateboarder. So, and I'm going to start right over here, and I'm going to make a letter C that comes right down here and stops. There's his little punch. Okay. Do you know Bart's real name is Bartholomew? And he has a middle name named Jojo. Bartholomew Jojo Simpson. I've got another fact too. You guys aren't gonna believe this. I learned this one today too. I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, so we're gonna make an N here for the arm. It's gonna start roughly here. Make an N. Okay, that funny fact was Homer says "do, do," something like that. Do. I've heard it a million times, and that's actually in the dictionary. Believe it or not, if it's a word that humans use and it's slang, it could be anyway. It's in the Oxford English Dictionary. Okay, next we're gonna make a little tiny U right here. See that little tiny, no, actually it's an N, I always say U, it's an upside down U. Okay, that's gonna be for the shirt. Come down like there. Okay, now we're gonna make his arm. It's gonna come below that trapezoid. Okay, his hand is in his pocket. This is a really simple one. And then make a small, tiny little curve underneath that. There's our U, not our N. All right, and then we're gonna make another curve line underneath like that. So it looks like his hand is in his pocket. Okay, we're gonna make the shirt. Now, rather than make it straight, we're gonna make it curved. So I'm gonna start over here and then make it curved like that. Same thing with this over here. I'm gonna kind of like curl it up into his hand. So it looks like it's kind of like rolling. It looks a little bit more organic. It doesn't look like it's straight, hard edges. So I said, like he has a punch. So we're gonna continue this line here. See how it curves like there? They're gonna make this curve like that. There's the front of his pants, okay? And we're gonna go back here and make his little behind. So when we make his little behind, it's not gonna stop back here. It's gonna start a little bit towards the end, and it looks like a number 3. But it's not, all right? Now, we're gonna make his front part of his shorts. Come over here, and up. And the other one is just gonna come over there and then connect a little bit lower than the other one, and then like that. There you go, there's your shorts. Easy peasy, okay? His back leg here, follow that line. Now we're gonna go not right here in front, a little bit behind, because this leg's a little bit behind that one, and then this one's here, just like that. Part is done. So now I'll come back afterwards when I'm done, and I'm ready to outline. You can use whatever you want to outline. I have some markers. I'll come back in. And when I outline, sometimes I worry about following my lines exactly, but I try to just let it happen. So this way, I'm not worried about every little detail. And usually the quicker and looser that I am when I draw, I tend to make better lines and better circles and better everything. So if I'm really tight and tense, I usually don't draw very well. And those are the days I'll just walk out of my studio and then go dig a hole. Nah, I don't dig a hole, but I'll do some work, something else. Because you got to be able to relax when you draw. If you're not relaxing, it's not any fun. Okay, so I'm outlining. I'm just going to do this guy real quick. Don't try to keep up. I'm just trying to do so I can jump to the next step for you. All right, so I outlined my Bart. Now again, this is where I would come back and take another nice piece of paper, and I would put it over the top of it so I can see it and then trace it perfectly. If I didn't like what I would draw, maybe I would make some changes. Like I didn't connect some lines here. Maybe this eye is a little bit bigger. I'll come back in. I wish I would have moved this eye a little bit more over here. So I probably would have put it more over there a little bit more. But this is the time when I would make the changes on my drawings. This is not my final copy. This is the one that I'm gonna lay over the top, okay? So I told you I wanted to show you something different about Bart, okay? So, I got a couple more minutes I want on this video, and then I want to jump out. All right, so I did another Bart. Now, this is an overlay. My proportions weren't correct. I elongated his head. This is where I started having fun with it. Okay, I changed the shape of his head a little bit more, and it doesn't look exactly like Bart. Maybe it's his twin brother. Okay, so then I changed it again. So rather than making it a rectangle, I kind of made it a triangle, but use the same types of shapes for the mouth and the head, same type of chin, okay? And then made it more of a trapezoid, okay? So now I did more of a trapezoid shape. Again, and I put the eyes higher on the head and made the mouth a lot lower, okay? Now this one here, I made it almost into a sideways rectangle, and I made his head a lot squatter, okay? So it's not as tall. And then last one, I made it kind of an egg shaped, okay? And I put his head kind of in the middle. Every one of them looks different, okay? And again, this is what I like to draw cartoons. It's fun because there's no wrong, there's no right. And again, you can create your own characters and have fun with it, okay? So I hope you guys like this. I'd like to see you do a cartoon, and again, you could trace it right off the computer if you wanted to, and then do exactly what I did, is do an overlay, and then go back and draw the body and change the shape of the head, or put another head from another thing on top of it, right? Again, it's supposed to be fun, but remember this, all right? Let's go back to this one more time. Get your basic shapes first before you start, okay? And then draw your shapes and then start laying in your details, okay? Like we did over here. so you have some reference lines to work with, so you can work with proportions and making things that are, if you're trying to make an accurate drawing. Okay, so send me some of your drawings. I'd love to see them. Hope you guys being happy, safe, and kind, and being helpful. All right, we'll look forward to seeing you in the future. Take care, guys.